It's Rockland World Radio. RocklandWorldRadio.com.
Welcome to Talk About It, Cora, heard on Rockland World Radio every Wednesday evening at 6:30 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Be sure to check out the archives, which are located off the menu bar. Now the host of Talk About It, Cora, is Cora Harrell.
Hello, and how are you on this evening? My name is Cora Harrell. I am the host today where this is the show Talk About It, Cora, where we talk about fashion, beauty, celebrity, and glamour. And I just want to thank you for tuning in, and we're going to have a special guest for you today. It's an old friend of mine who has been in the entertainment industry for quite some time. He is a actor, he's a musician, and he's also a producer, and he has worked with several people in entertainment, such as 50 Cent. He has worked with Will Smith. He is a former member of the Main Ingredients, and I can go on and on and on. Caller, are you on the line?
Hello?
Hi, George. How are you?
Okay, how you doing, Cora?
Oh, wonderful. We've been waiting for you. We just started the show. I was just letting everybody know that you have been in the entertainment industry and you're an actor and a musician. And I was just letting them know that you have recently worked with 50 Cent and that you do have an upcoming project with Will Smith and so much more. But at this time, I just want you to introduce yourself. Again, just tell us a little bit about your background, where you're from, and let us know what inspired you. And then tell me about your adventures with 50 Cent.
Yes. Hello, Will. This is George McLean. I'm also known as the Triple OG Mack, M-A-C-K. I'm originally from New Rochelle, New York, and I'm now actually in Atlanta, the ATL, the Big A. And I hail from New York City, and I work. I used to work back in the 70s with a theater company called The Family. We were the first theater company, bilingual, to go into the prisons and do performances, whole workshops and things like that. A young man by the name of Marvin Felix Camilio went into the prisons and started a theater company as well as a writing company in Sing Sing and in the Bedford Hills, Taconic prison. And out of that came Miguel Piñeiro, who actually is one of the forefathers of the Nuyorican Poets Cafe down on Avenue C, I think it is, Avenue B and 3rd Street in Manhattan. He became a very prolific poet, and he coined the phrase Nuyorican.
I like that. I like that. I just want to interrupt you for a moment. I just want to know what inspired you, George, to get in the entertainment industry.
Well, actually, it's a friend. It's a friend. If you people out there watching Being Mary Jane, my friend plays Gabrielle Union's father, Richard Roundtree.
Okay.
And Richard Roundtree is from my hometown, and actually he and my first wife were partners on the Ebony Fashion Fair.
Oh.
And I was a drummer in the band who played on a lot of those fashion fairs back in the day, and those two were partners.
Oh,
so
okay.
She kind of fancied drummers, and the next thing you know, me and her were talking. But I knew Richard from there. So one day when I was in the service and I was in Thailand, I saw this big poster Richard Roundtree's face, and he was playing Shaft.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, well, wait a minute. If he could do it, I could do it.
Oh, that's what's up. That's what up. I hear you. That's wonderful. Yeah. So now, 50 Cent, tell me, what was that like, you and him working together?
Well, that was one of the most pivotal parts of my career. It actually came years down the road. Persistence overcomes resistance.
Yes.
I've always believed in that. So what happened with me is I did an audition for a 50 film, and it was about 200 guys. And in the audition, 50 Cent, I saw 50 Cent, and I said, "What is 50 doing here?" And they said, "Well, this is his movie." And now I was like, "Oh my God, I need to read this thing thoroughly." So
Yeah.
I looked at it again, but I already had it, so I didn't want to overforce myself. So I said, "You know what? I got it." So when I went in and I read for him, he was impressed, and he got me. I got the role.
Right.
And what happened was, turned out that he wrote the project, he produced the project, he directed the project, and it was his directorial debut of a feature.
Okay.
Now, I thought that because he was 50 Cent, he would be like a tyrant.
Mm-hmm.
But this young man was very warm to everyone's suggestion about how to move forward.
Oh,
And I felt that was very impressive of his personality, that he would meet you halfway.
Right.
You know?
What was the name of that movie?
The name of that movie is Before I Self-Destruct.
Okay.
It came out in 2009 with his fourth single album, which is entitled the same title, Before I Self-Destruct. If you bought the album, you got the movie free inside the package.
Oh, okay. All right.
And it's also on Netflix. It was also on Showtime. It's all over the place.
Okay.
So I play the supermarket manager, and I have the distinction to be able to say that I'm the only man who's ever hired and fired 50 Cent on screen.
I like that. So now tell me about Will Smith. Tell me about that project.
Well, that project is called Inside Pocket, and it's directed by a young man named Derek Hammond with a company called 2020 Vision.
Okay.
And Derek Hammond has a connection with Will Smith.
Uh-huh.
And what happened was a partner of mine, Joe Hunt, a director and a award-winning producer, wrote the script for us, and we talked about it. And we went in and we made this 40-minute short called Inside Pocket. And because Derek Hammond, who has a film now that you people need to look out for, it's called Her Little Secret. He's an up-and-coming, very positive, very strong-minded director of film and a writer. They presented it to Will Smith Sr., the father, as well as Will Smith's company, Overbrook Entertainment, and they're impressed with the short film, the 40-minute short film, based on the way it was shot, based on the way Derek shot it with his company, 2020 Vision. And they're willing to turn it into a feature film, which is going to be called Out Pocket.
Uh-huh.
And we already have the feature film script written by Mr. Joe Hunt, and we're ready to move forward with that. And I believe, hopefully, that Overbrook will be interested in possibly doing something with that, the 2018, 2019 or something, because, they're really packed. They're responsible for Lakeview Terrace, 7 Pounds, Pursuit of Happiness, After Earth, whatever you've seen, Will.
The Men in Black, yeah.
Yes, they're responsible for a lot of those projects that Will and his wife were doing.
Okay, and now I know we were speaking earlier, and you mentioned that they were going to be having some well-known comedians in that.
Well, that would be a project that I'm putting on the table right now with 50 Cent.
Oh, okay, it's up and coming. Okay.
I'm reaching out to Curtis. As a matter of fact, he called me not long ago, and we talked briefly. But we talked about Power. The Power is in its second season.
Right.
And you people out there really need to check Power, man. It's something that you've never seen before. And now what they're doing is they're in a position where they possibly can be signing for the third season. Mm-hmm. So we had a slight discussion about that. But what we're trying to do with 50 now, and I'm down here talking to some people that's in association with T.I., the rapper, and we're talking about a comedy movie called Pimpin' Curly, the movie.
All right.
It's like it's like a franchise. We actually have 3 films, but in the first film, which is the major jump off, I want to portray 50 Cent as 4 characters.
Oh.
I want to raise his acting level to a Tyler Perry-ish.
All right.
Because there was a time when I spoke with him when we were doing Before I Self-Destruct back in 2008, 2009, where he spoke to me about how he wanted to move like a Tyler Perry. And you do know, well, out there, that Tyler Perry is opening up a big studio down here in Atlanta.
Oh,
he's
okay.
taking an army base and turning it into a studio. That's Tyler Perry. Shout out to Tyler Perry. One love.
Okay, I just want to say, George, thank you so much for tuning in. Our time has come to an end. I'm so glad that you were able to call in and let us know about, your adventures and stuff like that. Just one more thing. Yeah. I want to know, just give me one tip that you would give an entrepreneur that would want to walk in your shoes. Just one tip to inspire them.
Well, what I would say is to believe in yourself, is to understand that everything that you need to succeed and have to succeed is already inside of you, with that one fingerprint, which is totally unique and different from everyone else. If you don't do what you're here to do, nobody else can do exactly what you're here to do. And same goes for the next individual. Like, if I don't do what I'm here to do, can nobody do that? Because we are inspired. God has given us everything we need to succeed already inside of us. You just have to believe on that and step out in faith and do it.
I like that. Believe, achieve, and succeed. So, if anybody wants to get in contact with you, what's your contact information?
Okay, I will give my email address is the letter OOOGMACK@gmail.com.
Okay.
And you can actually access my Facebook profile, which is George McLean, with my email address. Okay?
Okay.
And I don't even mind giving out my number, if that's okay.
Okay, if you want to put it out there, you got the floor.
Yeah. My number, where you can call the Triple OG Mack, George McLean, directly, is 678-365-8087. Once again, that's 678-365-8087. Okay?
Okay, thank you so much. Bye-bye, George.
Okay, thank you, Cora. Take care.
Okay.
One love, babe.
One love. Okay. This is Cora Harrell. I'm your host of Talk About It, Cora, where we talk about fashion, beauty, celebrity, and glamour. And we want to thank our co-host today, which was George McLean, a.k.a. OG. And that's our show for today. Bye-bye. Thanks, guys.
It's not just radio, it's Rockland World Radio. RocklandWorldRadio.com.